Is that your queen right there? Okay. Like a sloth, just slovenly, just drinking and marrying. It's gross. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors yet again. I've covered her extensively on this channel. I did a few videos about her and the $3.2 million real estate portfolio that she's accumulated over a couple of years, allegedly because of BLM money being infused into her twisted web of LLCs and S Corps and C Corps and everything else. I'll talk more about that specifically in a minute. But the most recent story involves her allegedly purchasing a $6 million home in Los Angeles. Now, I'm not sure what you're going to call this home. Is it a mansion, a compound, an estate, a villa, a fort, whatever it is? $6 million for one home. Now, the money has come from BLM donations, allegedly. Like I said from the beginning, there's a twisted web of LLCs and S Corps and C Corps that you're able to kind of funnel the money through and make it look like you're not buying it with the money directly. But in essence, you are, allegedly, according to a report we're going to read in a minute. But before I get to the new story, let's back up a little bit and recap her prior alleged transgressions. Now, Black Lives Matter, on its face at least, maybe even on the website, if they don't keep changing it day by day, they're all about Black liberation and Black power and power to the people and doing things for the poor, all this, that, and the third, right? That's their main thing. And they talk about how bad racism is, how you can't live around white people and they're out to get you, they're evil, they're hateful, all this and that. But in reality, aside from all the theatrics that you see from them when they're out there protesting, tearing Black neighborhoods down, you're going to burn a Black neighborhood to the ground talking about, oh, we did that because of justice for Black people. How does that make sense? One Black person dies under mysterious circumstances in police custody, and you want to burn a whole Black neighborhood down as a result? Make that make sense? It doesn't. But for some reason, burning the Black neighborhood down gets them a whole lot of money. You're talking about millions, if not billions. There was a report that said after George Floyd died, what was that, in 2020, 2021, whenever that was, after George Floyd died, in a 6-month period, Black Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter related groups, we'll talk about that, I guess, a little bit later as well, they raised $10 billion, with a B, $10 billion. And it was probably more than that. And this particular group that Patrisse Cullors has, I think it's Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, whatever kind of alphabet letter thing they made up to make it look different than what it is. I'm sure they probably raised at least $1 billion of it. That's just my estimate, but judging by this real estate portfolio, they raised well into the 8 to 9 figures, okay? Now, the first batch of homes were, I think it was 3 in LA and 1 in Georgia. There were 2 like in South LA, kind of in hood areas. I think one might have been in Watts, Compton, somewhere like that, Inglewood. I know one was in Inglewood, one might have been in Watts. You know, kind of like low income areas. Now, the houses are going for about $490,000 to $550,000, which is a lot of money. If you're over in my neck of the woods, Tennessee, Georgia, etc., Alabama, that's a lot of money for a house. But in Los Angeles, in the city, that's nothing. That's dirt cheap. You're going to get a shoebox for that kind of money. Okay, you're going to get bars in your windows and bullet holes in your outer fascia for that kind of money, right? Now, they have another home in Los Angeles up in the Topanga Canyon for $1.4 million. And they were adding stuff onto it. They're adding a wall, a fence, a barrier. Although BLM would be the ones that go out there and protest the southern border wall on the country between U.S. and Mexico, but they want to have a border wall on their house. Funny how that works. You could be in their property hunting gerbils and squirrels with an airsoft rifle, and they want to call the whole federales on you to stop that, but to stop an influx of migrants from all over the world, that's somehow racist. But we'll keep on going. Now, when I covered that story, most of you guys understood this is hypocritical. They're going to go out here talk about all this oppression and white people this, white people that. But you have a home in the Topanga Canyon, which is mostly white, you know, really ritzy area. Make that make sense. So most of you guys saw the hypocrisy, but some people were saying, hey, well, it's Los Angeles. $1.4 million. It's not that much money. That's a decent house. You want to live okay. They should have to be living on sardine cans and they got all this money. Oh, okay. All right, cool. So the whole premise of their charity is just it's like not even really a big deal, right? The fact that they could be using charity money, funneling it through these twisted LLCs to have a whole real estate portfolio, it ain't really a big deal. The fact that they were in the Bahamas trying to find homes next to Tiger Woods, Justin Timberlake, that ain't no big deal either. The fact that there are other houses in Georgia outside of Atlanta and they have a whole airplane hangar on the property, that's not really a big deal either. You can fly PJs in the house, no problem. Okay, so now to those who say that was no problem, explain the $6 million villa, the compound, right? Matter of fact, we have an article, and I will place this article in the description box so you can see it for yourself. And we got receipts. We got video, we got all of that. You see the headline. Black Lives Matter used donations to buy $6 million Southern California home report. Now, this is on New York Post. Hopefully, this does not get censored like the Hunter Biden story, which is also on New York Post to begin with back in 2020 election time, right? Hopefully, this sees a light of day and it doesn't get buried. All right. Now, you see this picture right here on the screen? Maybe you do, maybe you don't if you're not watching the video. But these are the founders of Black Lives Matter right here. Okay. They're all black women, all LGBT. Okay. Just keeping it all the way real. This is just what it is. Now, they're filming the video outside of the home that was, quote unquote, allegedly purchased with BLM money, right? This was recorded last June. They were trying to hide the purchase, but they can't really. I mean, when you want to floss, meaning you want to go out there and show off, you got ice and jewelry and cars and whatnot, you can't hide it. Look at these little, you got what they call these little wine glasses, the flutes. I don't even know all this highfalutin stuff. You got charcuterie boards, all types of stuff, right? Filming the video. And you're supposed to have this house secret, but you couldn't help yourself. You had to film right in front, right? So I'm gonna just kind of skim through this, see if there's anything that I need to say. 3 leaders of the social justice movement, Patrice Cullors, Alicia Garza, and Melina Abdullah, recorded a video last June outside the quote-unquote secretly bought home while marking the first anniversary of George Floyd's murder. Wow, that's nuts. So, hey, this is how we're going to celebrate George Floyd dying, because remember, when George Floyd died, shortly afterwards, people were thanking him for dying. His girlfriend, she said, "Thank you for dying." Nancy Pelosi said, "Thank you for dying." So these 3 black women, LGBT, who have built an empire off of a black man's death, hey, man, thank you for dying. Hey, you know what? Toast to you. Cheers. Boom. Thank you for buying this house for $6 million, sir. Appreciate it. That's what that was. That's nuts, though. You got some cojones to do something like that, right? But anyway, Close at the Time said she was weeks removed from being, quote, in survival mode, unquote, after the Post exclusive reporting in April revealed her purchase of 4 high-end U.S. homes for $3.2 million. Some are going to say, oh, they weren't high-end. You had a couple in L.A., in the hood. Okay, well, explain the airplane hangar in Georgia. Let's not mince words like that, right? Okay, so that's more of them, Melina Abdullah, all these people, the BLM people. Quote, "It's because we're powerful, because we're winning," Cullors said of what she characterized as a, quote, right-wing media attack. "It's because we are threatening the establishment. We're threatening white supremacy." Oh, boy. White supremacy, huh? What kind of white supremacy you got in your $6 million mansion? How many black folks are around that particular property? Okay, if you were to see me come up on your property, you would call the federales immediately. Get this man out of here. Matter of fact, make him a George Floyd so we can make money off of him. But I'll move on. But Cullors and her colleagues didn't reveal any details on the upscale home behind them in the video, a 6,500 square foot spread with more than 6 bedrooms and bathrooms, fireplaces, a pool, and parking for more than 20 cars, according to a real estate listing cited by the magazine. The property was purchased in October 2020 with the funds that had been donated to Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, according to the explosive report. So that's the BLM GNF. That's Patrice's thing. That's her right there, Patrice Cullors, right? Her shirt says "Free 21 Savage" because this is a rapper who had been locked up by ICE because he's actually an illegal alien from UK. But that's a whole different story. Anyway, illegal alien, Americans, what are we doing? But again, I digress. A 7-bedroom residence was purchased by a man named Diane Pascal 2 weeks after BLM GNF received $66.5 million from its fiscal sponsor earlier that month. So in 1 month, $66.5 million. Pascal is a financial manager for Janiyah and Patrice Consulting, an LLC operated by Colors and her spouse, Janiyah Khan, New York Magazine reported. All right. So again, they're LGBT, right? And that's what it is. She's married to a woman and they're running the whole ship. So you got black lesbians profiting off the death of black men, regardless of how they die. Ownership was transferred within the week to an LLC in Delaware, ensuring the property's owner wouldn't be disclosed. Okay. So take a wild guess. Take a spin on who that was sent to. A lot of LLCs operate in Delaware because of the advantageous laws, anonymity, taxes, all that kind of stuff. So it doesn't really matter. It's not necessarily that somebody's living in Delaware. It's not like Joe Biden or somewhere like that. It could be anybody. And I'm pretty sure that was Patrice Cullors. Okay. I'm almost positive of it. Cullors, BLM's co-founder, resigned in May as the group's executive director amid criticism over buying 3 homes in the LA area and another outside Atlanta. The purchase of a nearly $6 million home had not been previously reported, and BLM officials tried to keep its existence a secret from a journalist looking into the transaction. The organization tried to, quote, kill the story, unquote, about the home, which was referred to internally as the complex, while one strategy memo reportedly suggested it might be used as a, quote, influencer house where artists can congregate. The residence was purchased with the intention for it to serve as, quote, housing and studio space for recipients of the Black Joy Creators Fellowship. BLM GNF board member Shalomaya Bauer told the magazine in a statement on Friday. The foundation had always planned to disclose the home's legal filings this May, and it doesn't serve as anyone's personal residence. Okay, sure. Sure. But the statement did not spell out why little content has been produced there over some 17 months if it was in fact intended to be a creative space. Nah, ain't gonna be no creative space. This ain't no influencer house. This is their house. This is where they live at. Look at this. You seeing this? Thank you, dead black men. Appreciate it. Thank you for the real estate. Thank you for the investment. Thank you for securing our future. We secured the bag off your dead body. How about that? That's what's going on right there. This is disgusting. Is this your queen? BLM supporters? Is that your queen right there? Okay. Like a sloth, just slovenly, just drinking and marrying. It's gross. It's gross. Oh boy. So as I close, I want to say this. Black Lives Matter, buy large mansions, big long money. Okay. Black lesbian Marxists. That's kind of what's going on here. And to anybody that supports BLM, it's like, why? You may have a local BLM chapter in your area. They may do things for the community, but the overall message that comes from up top, that comes from those who founded it, is just all negative. And the thing is, people that support BLM, a lot of your regular normies, they're going to donate to these people. They're going to continue their money making. That's what's going to happen. So anytime somebody dies, black man dies for whatever the reason may be, they're going to get another house, another Maybach, another expensive charcuterie board, another all expenses paid vacation to Aruba. That's what's going on with BLM. Nothing more and nothing less. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Are you on the same page with me? Do you feel how I feel about this whole situation? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I stand. This is disgusting, but not surprising. And I hope that people kind of get the message. A lot of you guys watch me. You already know what it is. You already know what's going on with these people, but a lot of us don't. And I say us, I mean just humans. We don't understand what's going on. We see or we hear the phrase Black Lives Matter and pretty much rock with it. So when it comes time to donate or support, oh, sure, yeah, Black Lives Matter. Meanwhile, what's really going on is much different than what you would anticipate from an actual charity doing things for the community. They're doing things for themselves, not the so-called community. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.